Welcome to Event Radio, covering local drag racing, stock car racing, motorcycles, go-karts. If it's got wheels and you can race it, you'll hear about it here. Event Radio is motorsports radio on steroids. Now, let's join your hosts, Spivvy Williams and Terrible T Guy.
All right, guys, welcome to the next edition of Event Radio. We are in a very special event tonight. We are on the town square, believe it or not, in Elkton, Kentucky, and we are the guest of the Ghost Riders Motorcycle Club here doing the bike night at Elkton. And I remember going to Elkton, I think, as a kid a couple of times. But this is really a neat little community. They get to set up all the way around the square. Sort of reminds me of a little bit smaller version of Summer Nights Cruise in Somerset. But my buddy T is off. I think he's at the hospital getting a tune-up. He's getting a valve job or something done. He actually thinks he can have this done on Monday and put gray tape around his chest and race on Friday. But I don't think that he can. But I've got a very, very capable sit-in with him, with me. My daughter Stacy is joining me to sort of do this show from Elkton for the Ghost Riders guys. And the Ghost Riders show, guys, it totally benefits juvenile diabetes, which that's part of the reason why we're here. We really like that charity. We try to raise them money every chance we get. And we really like doing it. So, Miss Stacy, how are you, hon?
I'm good.
How you like working with the old man? Can you handle it?
I think I can. I think I've done it once or twice.
Yeah, you have. Elkton's a pretty cool little place, isn't it?
It is.
Lots of motorcycles. I really like the bikes. I think they're you got three-wheelers, you got two-wheelers, you got sport bikes, you got Harleys. You got every kind just about there is. I even saw a guy on a three-wheel bicycle. And
I did, too.
Yeah, he was rolling. It was pretty cool. I really liked it. We've got some very special guests that we're going to have on. One especially that we have had before, and he is our buddy, and he is the absolute wildest funeral director that you've ever met in your life. He is a great guy. He races everything with wheels. And we accuse him of actually racing the hearse, but he doesn't do that. He doesn't make your funeral any faster just because he's a race guy. But a great young man, Mr. Justin Kirby, is going to join us. His business is not far from here, and he came over and ate dinner with us, and he's going to be one of our guests this evening.
He brought us some cool T-shirts.
Yeah, he did, boy. We got some Playtime Motorsports T-shirts, some of his race stuff. Man, we dress a little good if we wear those. We wear those on Sunday, I guess, huh?
I guess so.
Yeah, that's when we'll do it. We'll wear them on Sunday. We're going to take a real quick break. We're going to let you know who our sponsors are and make them recognized. And first person up is going to be a lady that is our buddy. She knows more about juvenile diabetes than anybody in this place, and she is. She works tirelessly to support this. Don't you think, Stacy? I mean,
I do, and she does so much for juvenile diabetes. And Anna, her,
granddaughter.
Yeah. You can't put the two together without them being together.
That's right. Well, Miss Diane George is going to be our first guest on Event Radio tonight, and needless to say, we need to go get her over here. But first, we got to take a little sponsor break. Guys, we are on the square at Elkton, Kentucky. You are on Event Radio, and we hope you have as much fun as we plan on having. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back, and back from the square at Elkton, Kentucky, at the Ghost Riders Bike Night event that benefits a very, very special outfit that we really, really like, Juvenile Diabetes, JADRF, and we have the lady that actually works tirelessly to promote this, and she's our buddy, and we want to thank her in advance for being on this show. But Miss Diane George joins us. How are you doing, sweetie?
I'm doing great.
You having fun?
I am having fun. First time being here in Elkton, and it looks like a good night.
Well, we're going to have fun anyway.
That's right.
You know, you have, honest to goodness, you're almost a one-person crusade for this, and you get a lot of help. I don't mean that.
Yeah.
But if it's going to raise money, you are there, darling, and my hat's off to you. You do one heck of a job with this.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And you got a selfish motive, really.
I do. My granddaughter was 3.5 when her pancreas quit working. Was a shock to us, and ended up being the type 1 diabetes, and never heard of it before. And now she's 10, and my heart is to find a cure for these kids.
Well, she's a doll, baby. I'm telling you, I've seen her in her cheerleader, so it really hasn't slowed her down.
No.
It's been a hassle for her, and I know when you think about the juvenile diabetes, she can't eat a potato chip without knowing what's in it to keep the sugar from spiking. You know,
that's right. Anything that she puts in her mouth that has carbs.
Yeah.
She has to do a calculation and give herself insulin. It doesn't matter what it is.
Really? Even the tiniest little bitty thing?
Yes, she can't have carbs any kind whatsoever without taking insulin.
Well, that's not fun, and especially at 10 years old. I mean, you think about it, a 10-year-old is supposed to be out romping and roaring and doing all the stuff that we all did at that age, and she's got an anchor around her that slows her down. And by doing stuff like this and events like this, even the smallest donation, you're actually going to be a part of the cure, because it's going to happen.
That's right. I honestly believe that, and I keep convincing the kids that we work with, especially my granddaughter. I said, you're not fighting this disease alone. You've got the surrounding counties. We're from Warren County. She actually lives in Olmsted, Kentucky, which is close to Elkton.
Yeah, so she's a cheerleader for both counties. There you go.
That's right. And I believe there will be a cure, and as long as I'm around, I'm going to fight to the end. Well,
listen, lady, you do an unbelievable amount for juvenile diabetes. I'm an old fat guy, but I couldn't keep up with you. There's no way. You do something all the time. You were busy Saturday at 1. You were busy Tuesday at 1. Now you're here on Thursday night at this cruise-in, or at this bike show, doing it again. Saturday you're going to have a pancake breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah, you do something all the time for this. Do you ever sleep?
I do, but when I'm sleeping, I'm thinking about what can we do next.
There you go. There you go. Anything special going on here tonight that we need to tell people about?
They're actually, first time I've ever done it, it's like a poker run, but you actually walk.
Yeah.
You go into you get a little card, you register for $10.
Yeah.
And then you go and pull out cards at each stops, and you bring it back, and then you actually pull another card out, and you do this once a week or just once a month, and you're actually going to be in the pot in September to win $1,000.
Hey, that's cool. That's cool. And that's sort of fun. These events are a lot of fun for a lot of people, but yet they do a lot of good,
Oh, yes.
And that's pretty cool. And I think we sort of need to thank the city of Elkton
Oh, yes.
for allowing this on their town square and getting the people involved, and the guys at Ghost Riders Motorcycle Club have made a tub full of money so far for JDRF.
Yes. They had a bake sale last week, and absolutely amazing. I didn't get to come, but my granddaughter and her other grandmother come. They raised $1,320 in one bake sale.
Now, can you imagine a bunch of biker guys at a bake sale? That just doesn't sound right.
But they're amazing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So many people have a negative opinion, and they don't even know what they're looking at.
No. They can take if someone hands you a bag of lemons and you're thinking, what am I going to do with that? Well, they've turned it into lemonade and made a profit.
There you go. I like lemonade.
I do too.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
We'll get us some for night's over, won't we?
That's right. Just want to let everybody know what type 1 diabetes is. It is where the pancreas dies out, and they are insulin dependent. I actually know the doctors do not test for diabetes like a regular checkup. We have one child that her sugar was 1,152, and she went into a coma, and now she's unable to walk or talk. She's 5 years old. She lives in Utah, It says Kisses for Carlies. You can read upon it on the website.
Yeah.
So this disease can be deadly.
Guys, if you have no idea, the average person walking around, their sugar levels are somewhere between 80 and 100.
That's right.
And you're sitting here talking about a little gal that was way over 1,000.
That's right.
What if your sugar does crazy things? There have been people that have been stopped that thought they were drunk.
That's right.
There have been, because you don't know what's going on. Kevin Kirby, who normally does the juvenile diabetes cruise-ins in Bowling Green, told me he's a diabetic also, and he told me one time that he was walking and he wound up almost 5 miles away from where he started and never knew how he got there.
That's right. When your sugar drops, you cannot focus. You can't think. They actually think you're going crazy, but
Yeah.
it affects your body so much. And Kevin's a type 2 diabetes, and just think if type 1 is even worse, where they have to count every carb.
Yeah.
Kevin doesn't have to count every carb, but he is on medication.
But they do, though,
They
Diane.
have
You
to
know,
eat a healthy diet.
yeah, they really do. They're much more aware of it than you would think.
Yes.
You know, it's a terrible disease, and it's a thing that's deceptive. It doesn't let you know that it's hurting you, and that's not good.
That's right. Anytime your sugar is up over 150, it's actually killing off every organ you have: your heart, your liver, your eyes, and your bottom of your feet, your toes. It's a sad thing, and we started the Type 1 Diabetes Cruise, and I was so blessed with the surrounding counties coming in to support us. It's getting the awareness out, letting people know that juvenile diabetes, it exists in every town.
Yeah.
And I have one little story to.
Okay, sure.
My granddaughter's great uncle is Dale Sanders. He is turning 80 years old in June.
Okay.
And he is he's called the Graybeard Adventures. He's attempting to paddle the Mississippi River.
Wow.
And he's
At 80?
At 80 years old.
How cool is that?
And he's actually named his canoe Anna Diabetic Research,
That's neat.
Cruising for a Cure. And he's turning all the money into Anna's team.
No kidding.
And he's already got almost $7,000.
Well, how wonderful is that,
And,
man?
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. And if you think one person can't make a difference, we just showed you that one person doing something can make a big difference. And then you put a whole group together, like the guys at the Ghost Riders,
Yes.
that put on this thing right here that we are. And there's karaoke. I'm sure you can hear music in the background and all that. But there's stuff going on everywhere at this event, and it all raises money for juvenile diabetes. And, man, that's just cool. Now, there's no doubt about it.
I mean, these Ghost Riders are just special people. And you know what's amazing is that, you hear all the bad things on TV, but when you get out and do volunteer work, I don't care who it's for, you meet the biggest-hearted people.
Oh, yeah.
And they're big teddy bears.
I
love
everybody
'em.
says that our world's going to pot.
I don't see it.
If you go out and just open your eyes and just take the time to let people be themselves, it's not quite as bad as everybody says.
It's
You
not.
meet some pretty doggone nice
Oh
people.
my! I mean, we raise at least every year close to 100,000, and the first year we did it, we raised 150,000.
Yeah.
And we're just going to keep on.
Yeah, and it's
It's
fun.
fun.
Yeah, there you go. It's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, and I get to hang out with good-looking women,
Yeah.
boy. I mean, what kind of deal is that? Well, listen, lady, we're going to let you get over and get to selling T-shirts because that's your deal here tonight.
That's right.
You're going to go over and sell shirts and raise money for juvenile diabetes. But it is always our pleasure on Event Radio to have you join us and do everything that you do. I mean, you're a saint, lady. You really
Thank you.
are. And man, you're just cool. That's all I can say.
Well, I appreciate you interviewing me, and anybody that wants to make a donation, they can look up Walk for Juvenile Diabetes. It's a walk in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and look for Anna's team or any team in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and donate. And
Guys, we
appreciate it.
have a bunch of guys all over this country that listen to Event Radio, and you're coming to Bowling Green for some event sometime during the year. So just hang around through a Tuesday night. Come out to Brewster's to one of the cruise-ins and bring your wallet. Don't come if you don't bring your wallet, and you take part of one of the nights that are just a plus to what you come to Bowling Green for, and you'll meet some great people and see Diane. Just look for the best looking blonde out there, and that's her.
All right, thank you.
All right. All right. We're going to take a little break, guys, from the square on Elkton, Kentucky's bike night with the guys from Ghost Riders Motorcycle Club, the juvenile diabetes people, and just a bunch of folks having a bunch of fun. We appreciate you joining us on Event Radio, and we will be right back. All right, guys, welcome back to the Ghost Riders event on the square in Russellville, Kentucky. We have, no doubt, the prettiest girl in the place to join us, and she's a very special little lady because, believe it or not, most of this stuff is being done because of her. Miss Anna, how are you, sweetheart?
I'm good. How are you?
I believe you get prettier the older you get. How many boyfriends you got now?
None.
You don't have any? Have you not found one that's worthy?
No.
How old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
You're 10. And you, what do you think about all this being done by people that do nothing but want to help you?
I don't really know. I just, I want to thank them so much for all they do to help me try to find a cure.
Well, we're going to find a cure, sweetheart. We're going to, and you're the motivation that gets that done because you're a doll, baby. There's no doubt about it, and everybody in the place is in love with you. I don't know if you realize that or not, but you could have any of these guys in here you want. Would that be cool?
Yeah.
Well, you want them all?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. You're smart, too, see?
Thank you.
What do you do? I've seen you're a cheerleader and do all kinds of fun stuff at school. What else do you like to do?
I play softball.
Do you?
Yeah.
Are you good at it?
I mean, I guess so. Yeah.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. Where'd you get the dimples? Just sort of came with the package?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Does the fact of the diabetes, does it slow you down any?
No, it doesn't.
So you can handle it.
Yeah.
You know what's going on, and I think that is so cool that you do that. And you wear one of the pumps, is that right?
Yes, I do. And I also have a continuous monitor, which tells me what my blood sugar is.
And you got to do that everything you eat, right?
Yeah, I have to look at the carbs on the food that I eat and keep up with it and punch it in on my...
Punch it in and it gives you the right amount of insulin, is that right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That beats all them old shots, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That wasn't fun.
No.
That wasn't fun, no. What, well, now let me ask you something. What do you expect to find in a boyfriend? If you're looking around here, what kind of qualities they got to have? Not sure?
I don't see any boys that I like.
You don't see any you like? Okay, all right.
Like me.
Yeah, well, you're selective. Hey, pretty girls can do that. See what I mean? When you're a pretty girl, you get to be selective like that. You don't have to worry about it. But it's pretty cool for, like, grandmom and all that, getting you to go to all these events, right?
Yeah.
Because you meet a lot of nice people. You really do. And I wasn't kidding, gal. They all love you. They really do. And they all want to help, and that's what this whole deal's about. The Cruising for a Cure, you're sort of the poster child of that deal. And whether you want to be or not, you sort of are. And I think it's so cool that you do what you do. It's just neat. You gonna ride one of these motorcycles?
I don't know. I've never rode a motorcycle before.
You never have?
No.
Does that make you not want to or want to? Which one?
Want to.
You think you want to?
Yeah.
I like an adventurous gal. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Listen, sweetheart, you are an angel.
Thank
We appreciate. This is I don't know. It's either the second or third time we've had you on Event Radio. I don't know if you remember.
I don't think I remember. I think I remember one time.
One time. Well, this is number 3, but that's okay. You've done really good. You've done better than me on the whole deals, and we appreciate you taking the time to join us and be with us every time because you're just a pleasure. You are a pleasure.
Thank you.
And if you get a boyfriend, let me know about him because I got to check him out and make sure he's worthy, okay?
All right.
Okay. Our buddy, Miss Anna, the actual motivator and poster child for juvenile diabetes, and she is just a doll, baby. And, we all love her, and all you got to do is meet her, and you'll love her too. Guys, we're on the square in Russellville, Kentucky. Or excuse me, I'm wrong. We're in Elkton, Kentucky. We're down the road from Russellville. But we're in Elkton, Kentucky at the Ghost Riders Bike Night benefiting juvenile diabetes, and we will be right back. All right, guys, we are back from the Elkton Bike Night, and we have Miss Anna's older brother, Chandler, here, and we need to talk to him just a little because did you ever wonder why she wound up with the diabetes and you didn't?
No, I'm just glad that I can support her and help her out.
Well, big brothers do that, buddy. You're going to do that forever for little sister. I mean, that happened. But it seems that, you would think that you guys pretty much came from the same place. Why would one and not the other, And I guess that's what makes it so hard to figure out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What all do you watch her do that you really wish she didn't have to do?
She pricks her finger before she eats every time, and she's got little holes in her finger, and her fingers are real tough, and she has to stick a needle into her every time she changes her sight and gives herself insulin.
And you have to move that thing every so often, right? Is that what the way it works? That's bad, and to that's got to be hard on you as well as her watching her. And I think that they said that you're tested how often now?
Every year they draw my blood.
They draw your blood every year and make sure that you haven't gotten in that deal, because you could get it any time, right?
Right.
So because it runs in the genes, I guess is what it does. I'm not real well versed on it. I don't know as much about it as I should, but she's just our sweetheart buddy, and she is yours too, and I know she is, being little sister. It's just a natural thing. What do you do for fun, bud?
I like to play sports: football, baseball, basketball.
Which ones are you best at?
Football.
Better at football than anything else? Like to get in there and bust heads, huh?
Yeah.
There you go. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fun. Listen, my friend, thank you for taking a few minutes to be on Event Radio, and thank you for supporting little sister and watching after her. She is a doll baby, and I know that you probably wish it was you and not her, and because that's the older brother way to be, But our hats off to you, my friend. You. I think you'll be an ace football player. I think you'll probably be good at it, huh? We're going to get out of here and see what else is going on. But, Chandler, thank you for joining us on Event Radio, my friend. And we're on the square in Elkton, Kentucky at the Ghost Riders Bike Night supporting juvenile diabetes. You're on Event Radio. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, we are back in Elkton on the square, and we're here with the Ghost Riders Motorcycle Club's bike night that's raising all this money for juvenile diabetes. And we have the president of the Ghost Riders that just did a heck of a song on the karaoke band. I didn't know you were a singer. Tell everybody what your name is.
My name is Raymond Yates.
And you're pretty much the head cat of all of this deal and putting all this together, right?
No. Actually, there's a few of us that come together to, everybody has one purpose. They want to see things happen. Well, we're just a few guys that got together and started making it happen.
Well, that's the best way to do it. You could talk about it forever, but actions speak louder than words. And this is a nice deal. It's a fun deal. It's a thing that does good for people. That a lot of people don't realize that the bikers do good for people. They have a negative opinion right off the get go, and it's sort of like the old saying: "It's not what you are, but what you're perceived to be." You've heard that, I'm sure.
Yes, I have.
And you're a veteran. Been in the military for how long?
17 years.
That's a long time. I got out in 6, so I did pretty good. The club does a lot of good stuff, buddy. And tell us about some of it, will you?
Well, it stemmed from a few guys that are in Barstow, California, and that's where we hail from. Did quite a few years with them back there. I moved home here and met up. I lived back here about 4.5 years with while I was stationed at Fort Campbell, and I met quite a few individuals up here. When we came back, there was a lot of talk of the same thing that I was telling you about. There's people wanting to do stuff, but nobody stood up to do anything.
Right.
And between Todd County and Logan County, we got together and said, let's start doing something to make a difference, because something needs to change. And that's what we did. So we got together and came up with some ideas on how to do that, and we came up with this poker extravaganza for bike night, which is turning out really well.
Yeah, by the way, tell people how that works. It's basically a poker run, but on your feet, and that's a cool deal. That's not everybody rides,
It's geared for everyone that wants to take part and just help out and make a difference. It's easy, $10. What it is they come up, they sign up, and they get their card, and they walk around to 3 of the businesses here that have volunteered to stay open an extra couple hours for bike night.
Okay.
They go inside and then pull a card from the member that's on the inside of the business. And while they're in there, they get flyers or coupons, discounts, certificates for whatever the business is passing out, just for coming by and participating.
Sure.
So they go to 3 right here in the square. It's all easy walking distance. They pick up their 3 cards, they turn it back in. And at the end of the night, we announce a high card winner for whatever the pot is. And for each bike night, it's 35% of the pot back towards the winner.
Yeah.
50% this month is going to Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. And 10% goes to the grand prize jackpot on September 24th, where an individual can win up to $1,199.
That's pretty good, buddy. That's pretty good for coming out and having fun.
That's right.
And the fact that you have picked juvenile diabetes as part of the reason we're here, because they're one of our big deals. I mean, we do several things for charities with Event Radio, but juvenile diabetes is one of our personal favorites. And so anytime that we got an open hole that we can leave, I checked our deal, and we were free until Saturday morning, and I said, hey, let's go. We're going to go do this.
Appreciate it.
It's a cool deal. I like it. Lots of bikes. You got a lot of folks.
It's getting a pretty good turnout for the beginning of it. We do need people to spread the word and just keep them coming. We're trying to get back to the old ways of about 10 years ago when Bike Night was set up and running. We'd like to see it get back to that, so we're making slow steps to get it back that way.
Well, baby steps to make it last longer. I mean, if it flew in and everybody just packed it, then they'd say, well, been there and done that. Now we're going to do something else. And if you do it with baby steps, then it will grow and grow and grow. And they actually started Summer Nights Cruise in Somerset doing that same thing. Now they have like 3,500 vehicles on a cruise night. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Do you get any of the dealers to help you out a little bit?
As far as
helping you with your bike night. I mean, I think you should contact some of those guys and say, hey, help us here.
Well, Superior Cycles comes up and sets up. We have some friends down in the Fort Campbell, Clarksville area from the Special Forces Brotherhood that come up here and help out with bike night.
I was thinking some of the Harley dealers like Appleton and
Appleton's comes up.
Harley Davidson, Bowling Green, some of those guys. You should get down here and say, hey, we need a little help, boys.
Yeah, we're I believe the Todd County Community Alliance is the one that's actually running bike night here as far as financing and everything, and they're working on getting Appleton's back up here.
That's cool. Yeah, well,
it'd be nice to see them.
Yeah, Glenn Appleton, known him years. Bobby Appleton, his brother's a good buddy of mine. He's been on here several times. He is probably the only guy that has won the Rat's Hole show multiple times at Daytona. And then he went on to win the Ensign Germany show. I mean, this cat knows just a touch about Harleys. He's pretty good. But he's a good guy. He's a great guy.
I'd be excited to see him get back out here.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Well, I'll call him. He does a lot of stuff with the Gibson Guitar people. And we're going to go down there and do the opening of their new saloon across from the Wild Horse on 2nd Avenue. They've asked us to come down and do that for Gibson Guitar. So we're going to have some fun with them, too. But they're big into the bikes now. I mean, big time. I don't know. Have you ever seen the Gibson bike? Have you ever seen it?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Bobby built the Gibson, which has a real guitar neck made in the back fender. And the seat is autographed by B.B. King, by Les Paul, and by another world-famous guitar player. And the seat is in the Smithsonian Institute for this bike. Gibson Guitar had it built, and it's got a real Gibson guitar made in it, and it's gorgeous, bud. I mean, it's but Bobby has built some really. He built Dale Earnhardt's motorcycle. He builds Brooks and Dunn's bikes, all the country music guys. And we'll get him to come up here and bring one. I mean, he's a cool guy. He's a good guy. So we'll try to maybe help you a little there too, you know. The old fat guy does know a few people. Listen, we appreciate more than you know you inviting us to come down here and do this little show from your event. We had a blast. We went to the Mexican restaurant and ate dinner, and we saw our buddy Justin Kirby, that super racer. You know, we had him on here, and we'd like to have a couple of the participants join us and see what they think about it. Maybe you could help us there.
I sure will.
Anything you want the people to know about upcoming events or anything?
I do. This poker extravaganza is going all season. It's going all the way till September 24th, I believe, the last day we're going to do this. And it's that 5-card program. Each month is a different nonprofit organization. And this month, like I said, Juvenile Diabetes. Next month is going to be a youth program called Giving Back out of Russellville, Kentucky, and the Relay for Life is what
that's
next
cool.
month's going to be.
That's cool that you do local stuff. That's great.
That's what it's
great.
about.
It is.
We want to see things. Jay Allison is a really good guy. He runs a program. He's been doing a lot of. He has sponsors. But what he does is he signs out one of the high school gyms, and he opens a camp up for kids that that want to have something positive and productive to do during the weekends.
That's great.
He comes and sets up and does basketball coaching and teaching, mentoring, and does this on his own dime.
Great. That's wonderful. People like that, they make you realize that this country's not going to pot like everybody says it is, Every time you look at the news, you'd be better off turn TV off, because they don't have anything but negative on there. And if you'll get out and open your eyes with events like this, and these guys that are working their heart out to put this on for people, and like the gentleman he just talked about, there's a lot of good going on in this country. All you got to do is just open your eyes and see it, and I think that's cool.
Yeah, one of the things that was said earlier is, you hear it all the time, is don't judge a book by its cover. I mean, we got service members, we got we're family men, we have kids, we got wives. We're just regular guys that want to get together and say, hey, you know what, it's time for somebody to do something. So come on out.
You guys are doing it. You're making a difference. And it has to start someplace, and I commend you for starting it right here in Kentucky. People from Kentucky are pretty cool, and besides that, we know what sweet tea is. So, you'd be surprised where we go with event radio. They say, what sweet tea and country ham? I say, boy, you hadn't lived. Just get away. But we know what sweet tea is, and you're in a part of the country now that for sure knows what it is, and you're in with the good folks right here. And we appreciate you guys, the Ghost Riders Motorcycle Club, inviting us to come to your event. We're loving it. We're having fun. And we're going to hang out a while. How about that?
That sounds good. I'll see if I can find you some people to sit down.
All right. We'll be right back, guys. You're on Event Radio. We're at Elkton, Kentucky on the Square with the Ghost Riders Bike Night. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, guys. We're back on the Square in Elkton, Kentucky from the Ghost Riders Motorcycle event. And we found another club, a bunch of guys that just rode in here from Hopkinsville, and it's a pretty strong showing, man. The Kings and Queens Motorcycle Club out of Hopkinsville. What's your name, sir?
They call me Buckwheat.
Yeah, you was going to tell me why they call you Buckwheat.
They call me Buckwheat because I work third shift with a bunch of guys, and they told me they was going to call me Buckwheat and what I can do about it.
They just going to get it no matter what. Huh?
That's what it was.
Well, I tell you what, Buckwheat was a famous guy now.
Yeah, he was.
Hey, I liked him. He was a famous dude now.
We all liked him.
Hey, I'm telling you, we all grew up with him.
Yeah.
That was
That's all we had to watch, Buckwheat, Gunsmoke.
Yeah. And I think probably they were better than what's on there now.
You're right.
It really was. It was a lot better.
Gave you a little education.
Tell me a little about the Kings and Queens Motorcycle Club, would you please?
We the Kings and Queens Motorcycle Club out of Hopkinsville, Kentucky. We on Central Avenue. We've been together for probably 5 years, and we travel and go to different events and stuff. We kind of starting a bike night on Sunday night.
Are you really?
If everybody want to come on up. We start on Sunday evening about 2 o'clock. Come on by and drop by.
Do you have it like on the Square in Hopkinsville, or where do you have it?
No, we have it on Central Avenue where our clubhouse is.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All right. That's cool. That's good. The part of the reason we're here, and we do events everywhere, all over the country, and we're here because this is raising money for juvenile diabetes, and they're one of our sort of personal favorites. You know what I mean? As far as no kids should have to grow up like that, you know?
Right.
And I think it's cool that a lot of the people don't realize they look at the bikers in a wrong light.
Yeah.
The bikers are good folks.
Yeah.
You know
they
what
just
I mean?
come join us.
Yeah. And well, the thing about it, they got to play some stupid game. You know what I mean? They got to play a game that they're not being what they really are.
Right.
Do you agree?
Yep.
You know, it's like I told him earlier. It's like the old saying: "It's not what you are, but what you perceive to be."
Right.
And they look at the bikers like, well, maybe not. They're ruffians, they're whatever, and that's not the truth. Most all of them are good guys. You know.
Well,
how many you got in the club?
It's about 50 of us.
Really?
We all gonna try to ride down here one Thursday, get us all together. Sunshine got a little cloudy, so some of them backed out on
What's
us.
liquid sunshine?
I heard that.
Yeah, we were in Florida 2 weeks ago. That was liquid sunshine. They had that down there. We got a lot of that down there then. You go to a lot of events. Do you do some charity stuff?
Yeah, we have a Kids Day one sometime this year. I forgot when it was, but we have Kids Day. We open it up for all the kids anywhere. Come by. We have a slide and serve hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff like that.
Shoot, buddy, I like eating. I might come down to that thing. I'm a sport eater.
Well, when we have it, you give me a card and then
we might show up. You never know. We go lots of places now.
Right.
It just depends on our schedule. We stay pretty busy. All kidding aside, but we really like the bikes. My partner in this show, he's taking some time off, but he's an ex-pro speedway racer.
Right.
So, he knows a lot about. He embarrasses me when I go to ride with him.
Yeah.
He's really good, and I'm not that good, but I at least try.
Right.
But I do know you're supposed to put your feet down when you get the thing, and he don't do that.
Yeah, this is the vice president right here.
Oh, okay. All right. He's telling all kinds of tales on you, buddy. We don't believe them all, but, whatever. But I tell you what, I'm sure these guys really appreciate you coming and supporting their event. And that's good. How far? It's not very far to Hopkinsville.
No,
is it?
No. It's 10 miles?
Oh, really? Is that all?
That's all.
Whew. Man, I'm far away from home here. I thought it was at least 40 or 50.
No.
Not bad. Oh, okay. Well, where do the queens come in? I know what the kings could be, but where do the queens? Is that the ladies?
You got to have the queen by your side. You
Yeah,
got yours, ain't you?
Yeah, that's my daughter. That's my daughter. She's more important than the queen.
Well, she's the queen of you right now.
Yes, sir, buddy. She is the ruler of the roost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, that's the way you have to look at that. Well, listen, my friend, and I'll call you Buckwheat too. How about that?
That's all right.
Okay, we appreciate you joining us. We appreciate you joining us on Event Radio. We got to introduce the world pretty much to because this is a worldwide show. This goes everywhere. And we got to introduce the kings and queens to everybody, even across the pond.
Good.
So they know if they come to Kentucky, they can see one of you guys, and you'll probably help them out, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Good.
We don't
deal.
mind helping nobody. We ride around trying to make changes.
There you go, buddy. That's what we want, making changes. Guys, we're from the square right now in Elkton, Kentucky. You're on Event Radio. We're having just too much fun for any guy to have, but you need to be here to join us, and we will be right back.
Come on down in.
All right, guys, we're back on the square in Elkton, Kentucky from the Ghost Riders motorcycle event. And we found another club, a bunch of guys that just rode in here from Hopkinsville, and it's a pretty strong showing, man. The Kings and Queens Motorcycle Club out of Hopkinsville. What's your name, sir?
They call me Buckwheat.
Yeah, you was going to tell me why they call you Buckwheat.
They call me Buckwheat because I work third shift with a bunch of guys, and they told me they was going to call me Buckwheat and what I can do about it.
They just going to get it no matter what, huh?
That's what it was.
Well, I tell you what, Buckwheat was a famous guy now.
Yeah, he was.
Hey, I liked him. He was a famous dude now.
We all liked him.
Hey, I'm telling you, we all grew up with him. You know, that was
That's
the thing.
all we had to watch, Buckwheat, Gunsmoke.
Yeah. And I think probably they were better than what's on there now.
You're
know,
right.
It really was. It was a lot better.
Gave you a little education.
Tell me a little about the Kings and Queens Motorcycle Club, would you please?
We the Kings and Queens Motorcycle Club out of Hopkinsville, Kentucky. We on Central Avenue. We've been together for probably 5 years, and we travel and go to different events and stuff. We kind of starting a bike night on Sunday night.
Are you really?
If everybody want to come on up. We start on Sunday evening about 2 o'clock. Come on by and drop by.
Do you have it like on the square in Hopkinsville, or where do you have it?
No, we have it on Central Avenue where our clubhouse is.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All right. That's cool. That's good. The part of the reason we're here, and we do events everywhere, all over the country, and we're here because this is raising money for juvenile diabetes, and they're one of our sort of personal favorites. You know what I mean? As far as no kids should have to grow up like that,
Right.
And I think it's cool that a lot of the people don't realize they look at the bikers in a wrong light.
Yeah.
The bikers are good folks.
Yeah.
You know
they
what
just
I mean?
come join us.
Yeah. And well, the thing about it, they got to play some stupid game. You know what I mean? They got to play a game that they're not being what they really are.
Right.
Do you agree?
Yep.
It's like I told him earlier. It's like the old saying, it's not what you are, but what you perceive to be.
Right.
And they look at the bikers like, well, maybe not. They're ruffians, they're whatever. And that's not the truth. Most all of them are good guys, you know.
Well,
how many you got in the club?
It's about 50 of us.
Really?
We all going to try to ride down here one Thursday. Get us all together, sunshine. Got a little cloudy, so some of them backed out on
What's
us.
liquid sunshine?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, we were in Florida 2 weeks ago. That was liquid sunshine. They had that down there. We got a lot of that down there then. You go to a lot of events. Do you do some charity stuff?
Yeah, we have a Kids Day one sometime this year. I forgot when it was, but we have Kids Day. We open it up for all the kids anywhere. Come by. We have a slide and serve hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff like that.
Shoot, buddy, I like eating. I might come down to that thing. I'm a sport eater. That's what,
well, when we have it, you give me a card and then we.
Well, we might show up. You never know. We go lots of places now.
Right.
It just depends on our schedule. We stay pretty busy. All kidding aside, but we really like the bikes. My partner in this show, he's taking some time off, but he's an ex-pro speedway racer.
Right.
So, he knows a lot about. He embarrasses me when I go to ride with him.
Yeah.
He's really good, and I'm not that good, but I at least try.
Right.
But I do know you're supposed to put your feet down when you get the thing, and he don't do that.
Yeah, this is the vice president right here.
Oh, okay. All right. He's telling all kinds of tales on you, buddy. We don't believe them all, but, whatever. But I tell you what, I'm sure these guys really appreciate you coming and supporting their event. And that's good. How far? It's not very far to Hopkinsville.
No,
is it?
No. It's 10 miles.
Oh, really? Is that all?
That's all.
Whew. Man, I'm far away from home here. I thought it was at least 40 or 50.
No.
Not bad. Oh, okay. Well, where do the queens come in? I know what the kings could be, but where do the queens? Is that the ladies?
You got to have the queen by your side. You
Yeah,
got
buddy.
yours, ain't you?
Yeah, that's my daughter. That's my daughter. She's more important than the queen.
Well, she's the queen of you right now.
Yes, sir, buddy. She is the ruler of the roost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, that's the way you have to look at that. Well, listen, my friend, and I'll call you Buckwheat too. How about that?
That's all right.
Okay, we appreciate you joining us. We appreciate you joining us on Event Radio. We got to introduce the world pretty much to because this is a worldwide show. This goes everywhere. And we got to introduce the kings and queens to everybody, even across the pond.
Good.
So they know if they come to Kentucky, they can see one of you guys, and you'll probably help them out, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Good
We don't
deal.
mind helping nobody. We ride around trying to make changes.
There you go, buddy. That's what we want, making changes. Guys, we're from the square right now in Elkton, Kentucky. You're on Event Radio. We're having just too much fun for any guy to have, but you need to be here to join us, and we will be right back.
Come on down in.
All right, guys, we are back from the square in Elkton, Kentucky at the Juvenile Diabetes Ghost Riders Motorcycle Club Bike Night. We've had a lot of fun here. We got to go eat, didn't we, Stace? We got to go to the Mexican restaurant and the El Torito Mexican restaurant. It was good, wasn't it?
Hey, that was pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought the guys were real nice, very friendly. I got to have my very first fish taco.
That I have been trying to get you
Yeah,
to
you
eat.
tried the whole time we were in Florida to get me to do one of those, but I couldn't stand. I thought it might screw the seafood up or something.
It was
but
good, wasn't it?
It actually was very good.
Told you.
This is a good event, raising money for juvenile diabetes. We like doing all of those every chance we get. They're good folks. What about little Anna? Is she a doll?
Anna is my buddy. I love that little kid. She is
Can you imagine, though? Can you imagine having to stick your finger every time you eat?
No.
And read the blood sugar and be 10 years old?